Thank you, Rivki, for the human touch. I want to call upon Rebbetzin Chanasteri Kahanov, who runs the Sunshine Club, a shluch of Magura, representing all the grandkids. She was very, very close. Chanasteri, thank you for your patience. We're almost done.
Thank you. I speak to you this evening as a representative of the 96 grandchildren and great-grandchildren my Zadie and Bubby brought to this world. Words are difficult to find that would best describe the kind of man my grandfather was, to best convey the warmth, the love, and the humility of my Zadie. I always felt a special closeness to my grandfather. We all did. As a young child, I so eagerly awaited his visits where we would be able to spend time together. One of the fun games my Zadie played with us was testing him on Tehillim. We would start any verse in the Tehillim and he would complete it. If we stumped him, he would give us a treat. Personally, I think it was just a scam to get us to memorize some of the Psalms of Tehillim. We loved hearing his stories about growing up in Poland and all the miracles that led to his escape throughout the war. It was an oddity, and I'm not quite sure why, but he felt more comfortable talking to us, his grandchildren, about those days than to anyone else. Growing up, I always had a strong sense of admiration and pride that I was the granddaughter of such an incredible person. When my Zadie entered the room, there was an aura of holiness that filled the room. For those of you that had the opportunity to even be near him, you know what I mean. And you know that sweet demeanor and purity that you saw. That's the way he was all the time. My grandfather and I shared a special passion that we both loved to sing. My grandfather recorded these tapes, which later became CDs, or as he usually called them, DCs. He would sing Hasidic melodies, many of the songs that I had never heard before. I loved listening to them and singing along. These songs took you on journeys to places that we'd never been before, to other times. And we, all of his grandchildren, could not get enough of it. I remember once when I was a young girl, I was in my backyard on a Friday night, and I was davening out loud, thinking that I was all alone. I started singing the words of the Friday night prayers. When I came inside, my grandfather was standing there smiling, and he said, "Wow, what a beautiful Lechuna Ranana you just sang." He was so proud. He asked if I wanted him to teach me some of the tunes they sang back when he was a child growing up in Poland, and then later the songs from his days in Shanghai. Fast forward many years, it was just a few months ago. My grandparents were here for the holidays, and right before Friday night Shabbat dinner, my grandfather came over to me and said, "New Chanasteri, I was waiting to hear your Lechuna Ranana." I was shocked that he had remembered something from so many years ago. I said, "Zadie, I totally forgot about that." And with the warmest smile I had ever seen, he said, "Yes, but I didn't." That was the kind of person my grandfather was. With grandchildren spread across the globe, he managed to always be involved with each and every grandchild one way or another. When I spent a year studying in Israel, I missed all of my family, and especially my grandfather. As it was getting closer to his 85th birthday, I thought that I would give him a very personal gift. So I composed a song in which I tried to convey to this very humble man what he means to me and all of his grandchildren. I then went to a recording studio and made a CD which I sent him for his birthday. I cannot sing the song for you today, but the lyrics are included on the booklets in your seats. The love that my grandfather had for his grandchildren was immeasurable. He made each and every one of us feel so special. He wrote us these beautiful letters and was so in tune with whatever we were going through in our lives. I would often call my Zadie on Friday to wish him a good Shabbos, and the warmth and love and excitement in his voice when he spoke to us was unforgettable. Every phone conversation I had with him always ended off with him saying, "Zol zayin matzliach b'chol inyanim," that you should be successful in all your endeavors. I would always answer Amen, and I knew that these were no ordinary words. They were the blessings of a holy man, of a tzaddik. I believe beyond a shadow of a doubt that all the success and happiness I have had in my life was because of his blessings. I know that I speak on behalf of my many cousins, all of his Einaklach, all the grandchildren and great-grandchildren, when I say that we are all so honored to have him as our Zaidi, so fortunate. And as much as this may give us some comfort and condolence with his passing, our world feels so empty without him. I'd like to conclude by asking Hashem to bless us with the coming of Mashiach, when we will be united with my grandfather once again and be able to hear him sing and dance with us as he always loved to do. Thank you.
Thank you, Chana Steri.